When you visit Arizona, time is measured in moments, not minutes. Like the moment you see the Grand Canyon for the first time. Visit a new state of mind. Learn more at hereyouareaz.com.
Welcome to Meeting Malcolmus, a Pavement podcast.
Hey, it's JD here, back for another week of brushing out the knots from the mop of hair that is the discography of seminal indie rock band Pavement, as we look to braid three strands together and try and figure it all out. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand that metaphor? It's hair, baby. I am uncool and underqualified, quite frankly, to be dispensing information of any kind about anything or anybody. But here I am behind a microphone, and here you are listening. So what does that make us? I think we're cosmically linked, don't you? We discovered each other on purpose. Now we need to get together in Porto next year and tip a beer in celebration of this great band and great friendships that have formed. I'm looking really forward to this. And I've already, started making some plans. And there's floors going to be crashed on, sounds like. And beer's consumed, and yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're going to see Pavement. So there's that. If you're new here, my name's JD, and I play a different song every week in chronological order from the catalog of Pavement. We started out on the 30th anniversary of Slate Tracks back in January of 2019. That was the 30th anniversary. And here we are, 2 tracks away from Terror Twilight. And I hope, Bobby, if you're listening to this, Bobby from Atlanta, I hope, I know you've done the research already, but I hope you're ready for a connection, and we can talk about the album cover and really hit this record in style, because it's a very stylish record, But right now, we need to focus on the task at hand here, and that is our favorite band doing a cover of one of their favorite bands. And both Scott and Steve have, and I would guess Bob as well. I don't know that I've ever heard Bob talk about Echo, but in the books I've read and just talking to Spiral, it sounds like Echo were, pretty important. And you can hear homage, you can hear homage to REM and Echo and of course The Fall. But there's just that jangly, that jangly sort of vibe. And we're going to listen to both versions. We're going to listen to the Pavement version and the Echo version today. And give you a sense of them. Now, you've probably heard the Pavement version because it does appear, strangely, it appears on the Nicene Creeders edition of Brighten the Corners. And it doesn't make a great deal of sense to me because the rest of this EP, doesn't appear. It's very, it's like picking and choosing from this EP to make the cut on that extended reissue. And I don't know, what the thinking there was. Because I have to feel that impeded the Terror Twilight, reissue. Now, I still haven't got confirmation on my little secret, but I may have just given you a hint on my secret, and you'll have to take my word for it. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I did a separate episode on like a call for cover songs, and I'm looking for Pavement cover songs, Jix cover songs, PSOI cover songs, Silver Jews, if you've got them, everybody from that coaching tree, from that original Pavement coaching tree, is fair game. What's not fair game is original songs that are influenced by Pavement. I will do something with that at some point. That would be a lot of fun to get some, original songs from y'all. But so far, I haven't got much in the way of music from listeners. I've got a couple songs, and I've got a couple promises for songs, but I haven't got much. So I hope if you're listening to this and you have an acoustic guitar, or you have a little band, or, you just want to get something out and rip it, then fucking do it, man. And I think it would be great. And we'll all sit and listen to them. And, if I have to push the deadline back from July 24th, I'll do that. The deadline for submission is July 15th. You'll probably have to transfer them to me, because I'm looking for WAV files if you got them. WAV files if you got them. That's what I'm looking for. So, there's that. And that's a big piece of news, because I think that would be a fun episode, man. I think that would be a great episode to just hear all your talent. And there's quite a few people that listen to this podcast, so your band would be listened to by quite a few people. My only question at this point, and you can email me, jd@meetingmalcolmist.com, and let me know what you think, is do I make it just like a playlist? And so it's a pod, I call it a pod list. It's a podcast episode that's a playlist. But do I make it just a straight up playlist? And just play the songs back and forth and give you liner notes in the podcast notes, in the show notes? Or do I talk in between the songs? I don't know. I don't want to ruin anybody's, mojo. Oh boy. I took a great deal of something called yawn drops before I started recording, and it's just kicking in right now. And it's nice. So maybe we should take advantage of this nice feeling and listen to some Echo and the Bunnymen right now, because yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's do that. This is The Killing Moon from Echo and the Bunnymen on Meeting Alchemists, a Pavement podcast.
So cruelly you kissed me. Your lips a magic world, your sky all hung with jewels. The killing moon will come too soon. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin. He will wait until you give yourself to him. Against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. You give yourself to
Good song, right? It's undeniable. That's a good song. And, lyrically speaking, it seems like as far away from Pavement as you can get. You've got lyrics about giving yourself to him and and I had them right here. I had the lyrics right here. There it is. Jesus Christ. Under blue moon I saw you, so soon you'll take me up in your arms, too late to beg you or cancel it, though I know it must be the killing time, unwillingly mine. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. In starlit nights I saw you, so cruelly you kissed me. Your lips a magic world, your sky all hung with jewels. The killing moon will come too soon. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. Under blue moon I saw you, so soon you'll take me up in your arms. Too late to beg you or cancel it, though I know it must be the killing time, unwillingly mine. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. Yeah, it's just very fate up against your will. I don't know, man. I hear What do I hear? I hear vampire tales, I hear, scary things at night. And what I don't know is that the music has the same sort of ominous tone as the lyrics. And I think that is something that is rectified with the Pavement version. I think we really get a good sense of, what might be happening under the cover of dark, and the frighteningness of it. To me, that's just me. That's how I vibe it, like ominous and old vampire Lestat-y, except for like maybe not as Anne Rice. I don't know. But there's something ominous and lurking about this song, and it's there, but it's not there. And I think that the Pavement version nails it much more. I don't know why I think that. Because there are things about the Pavement version that it doesn't quite have the same hook. The chorus, "Fate, up against your will," has a real striking musical, counterbalance to it that is downplayed in the Pavement version. And I don't know. So should we listen to the Pavement version? Have you heard it? If you haven't, and let me know what you think. JD@meetingmalcolmist.com. This is Pavement with The Killing Moon on Meeting Malcolmus, a Pavement podcast.
So take him to the end of his tether. Face up against your will, through the thick and thin. You must wait until you give yourself to him. Face up against your will, through the thick and thin. You must wait until you give yourself to him. You give yourself to him. You give yourself to him.
Oh, right. Did you catch the part where Melk was improvising lyrics and how different it felt? The song took on a whole new tone, a whole new vibe. But do you get what I'm saying now about this sort of ominous, I'm going to use the word vibe again. In the Pavement version, it's there. It's all there, and it sounds so good in these cans. I got to tell you, Steve's drumming is Westy's drumming is amazing. Like off the like the opening fill is just so great. And I love the background sound effects, the background guitar. It's really quite wonderful. It's Echo and the Bunnymen were done proud, I think. Pavement very rarely does cover tunes, but maybe this is evidence that they should be doing more, as they get together to tour, and we look for new material from them, which is inevitable, isn't it? Like, I think we're all, hoping that something like last time we got a record, we got Quarantine the Past, which granted, is greatest hits. But I got to think there's stuff in the pipeline, and a cover record wouldn't be a bad thing. That way they don't have to do originals if they don't want. But I'd buy the fuck out of that. That's all I can tell you. Can you imagine if that really was all I could tell you? I was put on this earth for one reason, and it was to tell you that fucking boring ass piece of trivia that I would buy a Pavement record if it came out, which I'm sure you've figured out at this point. The guy who's put out 140 episodes of a Pavement podcast, he's probably into the band. So, okay. Where does this song rank for you? For me, it's pretty high up. I dig it. Little background on it. It came about through the BBC. So we had the BBC to thank for getting us this song. A program called, well, it's funny because it's called Night Sessions, but then they have another program called Evening Sessions. So if somebody can clear that up for me, that would be dynamite. But this was on Night Sessions, and they put together this song and played it, and it was in I want to say June of '97, and there you have it, The Killing Moon. So which is your favorite version? Did I ask that already? I may have asked that already. I don't know. Anyway, I got some email I thought I would share with you. First one up is from Jason, and Jason doesn't tell us where he's from, but he says, "Yo, had never heard this before. Great song, very Pavement-esque. Fun melody. I really dig it. Thanks for introducing me to it. What EP is it on again?" It's on the Major League EP, and it's the song in reference here is Stub Your Toe, the Spiral song. As for lyrics, did Spiral know they were breaking up or maybe sense it? As with a lot of Pavement tunes, I get the feeling they find some cool saying or thoughts and blend them together into a song. Rock on, Jason. P.S. Glad to hear you got your first vaccine. Congrats. Having had both shots, it's a sense of relief to have some protection. My family and I will still mask out while we're out and about. Man. Well, first of all, thanks for the email. And did Spiral know they were breaking up? God, I gotta think that, you know, being in Pavement, if you weren't Stephen Malcolmus, was like walking on eggshells a little bit. You never knew when, you know, when it was going to stop. I'm always reminded of what Spiral said to me the first time I spoke, which was, you know, they would make a record, they would go on tour, and then they would all go back to home base, which was in 5 separate places. And then they'd wait for Steve to call, you know, for the next record. And, you know, the time between phone calls just got a little bit longer every time. So there's that. So, you know, I got to think that they knew that, especially around recording Terror Twilight, they knew that something was up by, you know, everything you read and saw in Slow Century indicates that, you know, that and the output ultimately indicates that it's SM's debut solo record. It's the beta, you know, it's the beta version of the self-titled Stephen Malcolmus record. That's what it is to me. I don't know. What do you think? Send me an email, jd@meetingmalcolmus.com. As for the vaccine stuff, yeah, I get my second one in the next couple of days. And my daughter just got her second one, and my wife has had her second one for a couple weeks. Yeah, I suppose I'll feel, you know, relieved. It's been a fucking long time of this. And I'm, you know, tired. But I'm tired a lot of times. You know, I sleep a lot. I really do. Okay. Thanks a lot, Jason. I have another one here. Okay. Yeah. This one is from our friend Todd. Oh yeah. We love Todd. And Todd says, oh boy. He says, Terror Twilight ist rad. Hey JD, I was giving Terror Twilight a listen for the first time in a while, and I have to say that I am loving it so much more than I used to. If Brighton was SM trying to get serious about his songwriting, Terror Twilight is him taking what he learned and saying, fuck it, I can do whatever I want. I know it was probably not super fun for the other guys, but it really sounds like he was grinning while he flew Pavement straight down into the ground. By the way, I have to mention the lyrics. His best Malcolmus-ish two-liners, Gypsy Children, and the snitch with conflicted interests. But so much great imagery, maybe more sincere than before. I think with Major Leagues and Spit, he's talking about entering a more grown-up relationship. Don't know when he met his wife, but that's what it makes me think of. Hope you're doing awesome. Me and mine are fully vaccinated and ready to rock. Todd. Thanks, Todd. Yeah, I can't wait to dig into Terra Twilight. I really can't. It's been a long time coming, and it's time to fucking do it. And we're just the podcast to do that. So let's do that. Right. Do it. But not right now. Because right now is the end of this. And next week we'll be back. And I don't know what I mean by we. We'll be back and we'll be talking about the last song on the Major Leagues EP, the classical, and rounding that up. So that's what I got for you this week. Hope you are safe and sound and kicking ass. And you know what? It's important. We've developed a habit now. Keep them clean. Wash those hands.
Meeting Malcolmus, a Pavement podcast, is a weekly affair. Connect with JD at jd@meetingmalcolmus.com. Please support the pod by rating, reviewing, or sponsoring us at meetingmalcolmus.com. And hey, I'm social. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at Meeting Malcolmus.